Good day, ma'am. My name is Joanna Lynn, and for this subject, I have learned the five major concepts that I have learned is all about the pre-referral process, assessment under the components of special education, wherein I have learned that we as teachers must observe first our students before we refer them into the health professionals. Also, we should assess them for us to test if they were applicable in child's educational placement. So as a future teacher, I will apply these insights in my future classroom by using my knowledge to help my students. Also by knowing the pre-referral process or strategies, and also that would help my students in my class who has a condition that their parents doesn't know yet. So through observation of the children's performance, I can conclude that the student has a disability. So through observation, I can monitor my children or my students in my class, and so that I can address immediately to the child's parent of what's been wrong with his or her child. Concept that I have learned is the typical and atypical development of children or students, wherein I have learned that the development of children are important to meet the child's developmental milestone. Then the third concept that I have learned is all about the addressing diversity through the years, wherein I have learned some different models of disability in the classroom. Also in this, I have learned what is special needs education. Then the fourth concept that I have learned is all about the universal design for learning under making schools inclusive. Wherein in this, I have learned that wherein this learning, the students would be able to be guided and surely gain knowledge, and also it gives opportunity to the students to share their insights on what they were learned and what they learned on the topic that we discussed. And lastly, the last concept that I have learned is all about the importance of parent involvement in child's development under the components of special education, wherein the parents has a crucial role in participating different activities in school, so that they were going to know what's wrong with his or her children. So indeed, the parents has a responsibility to know the problems of their child. So as a future educator, I will apply those insights in my classroom by applying those learning and teaching my students in a proper and a nice way, and not violating their rights, and also by understanding their individual differences. Those insights that I have learned will be crucial in my classroom for me to observe all my fellow students. Also by applying those insights in my classroom, indeed, a classroom of mine would be a great one, and I could help my students to assess their problems and to address their issues in terms of their education needs. Especially that my students are expected to be or to have a special needs in terms of their education. So that's it. That's the five major concepts that I have learned in this subject, namely the components of the special education. Second, the typical and atypical development of children. Third one is the addressing diversity through the years. The fourth one is the universal learning design, or what we call UDL. And then lastly is the parents involvement. That's all, ma'am. And thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you for being considerate, and thank you for always understanding us. And I hope that you continue to share your knowledge, and may God bless you. Keep safe always, and thank you po.